Hello guys, I'm back again. And in this video, we're going to get into the verdict of the remaining members of the YSL music label for Diamante Kendrick, who's better known as Yak Gotti, and Shannon Stillwell. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get more videos like this. I'm not going to hold you up any longer. Let's get into it.
Can we get the jury out, please?
All rise for the jury.
All right, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you all have reached a verdict. Mr. Foreperson, is that correct? All right, and was it unanimous? Yes. All right, and this verdict has been filled in and signed and dated by you, correct? Oh, for each defendant. All right, and I noticed that Mr. Kendrick's verdict form is dated December 2nd. Is that because that's when you all reached the verdict with regard to him? Okay. And then Mr. Stillwell's is dated today. Okay. All right, Mr. Kendrick. You have been found not guilty on all charges. Mr. Stillwell, can you please stand? You have been found guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and not guilty on every other charge. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are officially released from further service, and I cannot express the degree of thanks that Fulton County owes you for your service. Given the length of this trial, you have paid close attention this entire time, and I appreciate your devotion, as I'm sure do the parties in this case. You are welcome to stay for the sentencing, or you can return to the jury room. I would like to speak with you in just a moment in the jury room. If you all do want to stay, you're welcome to stay. Is there any objection to the form or the legality of this verdict?
Not from the state.
Any from the defense? All right. All right. Is there any reason that we can't go ahead and sentence? All right, so are we going to go ahead with sentencing? Is the state, I know the state had filed a recidivist notice.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do y'all intend to stand on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So the recidivist is A and C recidivist. That means that I have no discretion but to sentence to the maximum on that count. And the sentence possibility is 5 to 10. I must sentence to 10 years. However, I can probate any part of that sentence at my discretion. And so the court sentence on count 64 for Mr. Stillwell is going to be 10 years to serve 2, with credit for time served, the balance served on probation. All right, I am going to recess.
Look at God. Look at God. I know these young men are so happy that this is over. They've spent a little over 2 years in a jail, in the prison system. Horrific, horrendous jail. I know these guys are so happy. Their family is happy. Diamante Kendrick, better known as Yak Gotti, the way he looked, did you guys see that? The way he looked, like he had like a sigh of relief, like a weight was just lifted off of his shoulders, because they were being charged with some pretty heavy charges. Heavy charges. And the fact that Shannon Stillwell, he was only charged with the gun. So what, 10 years time served for the remaining years. So 10 years, he was in jail for 2 years. So you have 8 years remaining, which he's going to be serving on probation. When I say a win is a win is a win. The state, I am so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in the fact that the state tried to railroad these young men. I'm not saying that these guys are perfect. I'm pretty sure there are things that they did in their younger years, maybe recently up until 2 years before they were arrested. I'm sure there were some things that they did, committed crimes, but you know, these men are young. They're young. You make mistakes. You make mistakes when you're young. And, you know, that shouldn't be held against you for the rest of your life. But the fact that there's no evidence showing that these gentlemen were a participant of this murder, of the murder of the 2 gentlemen, Drinks and Nut. There's no proof. There's no, what is the word? There's just no evidence where, you know, it showed that these men were guilty of committing these crimes. Now, Shannon Stillwell, on the other hand, he was, you know, charged with having a gun, and him being a felon, he's not supposed to be in possession of a gun. So, you know what? It is what it is. He's charged with something that he actually did. And at the end of the day, the fact that he wasn't charged with murder, oh my gosh, I know there's just a sense of relief. These men get to go home. Unfortunately, they didn't get a chance to spend Thanksgiving, but I'm so happy that the jury took their time. They took their time and really thought this out, because they knew that these young men's lives were in their hands. So I'm just so ecstatic. Please go down in the comments and let me know how you feel about the outcome of this verdict. And also, do you think that Young Thug should have just waited it out? Honestly, if you do the math, Young Thug was released on October 31st. And we are in the 3rd day of December. So technically, all he had to do was wait 1 month. But, you know, everything happens for a reason. I know Young Thug, he had some health issues that he could no longer stay in the jail. And that was one of the main reasons why he decided to take a plea deal. But I'm just so happy that justice was served. I'm glad that the jury was able to see the shenanigans of the state. They tried their best to make anything stick. They were throwing spaghetti at the wall and trying to see what would stick, anything. And it just did not work. It did not work. And I'm glad that the jury, I'm also glad that Judge Whitaker was able to see that something wasn't right. Things were not right throughout the entire trial, before she got in there. And did I say Judge Whitaker? Yes, Judge Whitaker. I'm just so happy that people were able to see the shenanigans that the state was pulling. And At the end of the day, justice was served. I'm happy. I'm sure the trial is not over. I think there are some more defendants. So we're just going to sit back and follow and see where the rest of this, ride takes us. Please, again, make sure you share, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And again, go down in the comments and tell me how you feel as far as the outcome of this case. And do you think that Young Thug should have waited it out an extra or an additional month? Thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching my video, and I will see you soon. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.